What's up, everybody? This is Reese from C Manga, and I'm joined as always by Raf.
What's up, guys?
And welcome to our Dragon Ball Super Season 1 review. So, with the release of episode 15, it kind of marks the end of obviously the Battle of Gods arc. So, in this video, we're going to discuss our thoughts on it. So, I'm going to start off by saying overall, it was good, but I did think it was lacking a little. What do you think, Raf?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's the issue we've said over and over again. It's because Battle of the Gods exists already. So, it's like it's already set the bar, and we're constantly kind of being unfair in a way. Like, we're being biased in terms of like, oh, Battle of the Gods did this better, and we're comparing it so
Yeah, it's a
often.
constant comparison.
Yeah,
And
but
obviously, because the Battle of Gods movie, it just went through all the same points, but so much quicker.
yeah,
It just felt better. Because obviously, the whole point in Super was you think, okay, if it's going to recap these movies, they have a chance to expand on it a bit more, but
hmm
it didn't exactly expand on it like how we thought it would.
yeah,
So obviously, there's good points and there's bad points. Gonna start off with the bad points, and for me, obviously, one of the bad points is the controversial episode 5. I think it was
good.
the Goku versus Beerus on King Kai's planet. Admittedly, yeah, the animation was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm sure quite a lot of you were probably like, nope, it was terrible, worst animation in the world. That's like hell. You can just go on YouTube and find countless videos about it. But overall, the content to it wasn't too bad because it did kind of expand the whole, Super Saiyan 1 fighting him, Super Saiyan 2 fighting him, then Super Saiyan 3, whereas obviously in the movie just kind of went straight to Super Saiyan 3 and
Mm.
then got his ass handed to him. So I did kind of like the way he was kind of showing off, like, yeah, this is one set power set. Okay, now I'm gonna get stronger. Now I'm gonna get even stronger.
Yeah, it was interesting, the concepts they used this time actually building up his strength against him, man. What I enjoyed was Beerus and Wiz was like, this is how he used. Like, he's weak. Like, this killed Frieza, and then when he finally reached Super Saiyan 3, they thought, "Oh, okay, there's some sort of we can understand where this power is coming from, how he was worthy." But even then, he still ended up getting his ass handed to, and it was actually kind of, I'd say, it seemed a bit more brutal than the movie, because in the movie he just kind of got tapped, on the shoulder, but this one, it
He
was
kind of got
like,
humiliated.
yeah, it was.
It was a complete humiliation of that fight.
It was actually quite humiliating, and as I said, the way he was laid out, like, it was. I can't remember what he did to his shoulder, but I just remember it was a really bad hit.
It was just a pressure point hit, man. Just
Yeah,
boom on his shoulder, down, out for the count.
yeah,
But
but
yeah, other like kind of low points, I would say. For me, it's a drawn out moments with the whole God transformation itself.
mm,
Because I still remember that one. It was like literally a whole episode dedicated to him turning into Super Saiyan God, into the
mm,
Super Saiyan God. In the movie, it was like what, a minute or two. One failed transformation, then literally, okay, this is the right one now. Once they got like Videl in there,
yeah,
but in this episode, man, I swear, I think I looked at the clock here because obviously it displayed like the clock. It's
mm.
like 9:15 in the morning in like Japan time.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
So
know
by the
what
time
you're
he
talking
actually finally did transform, it was like 9:23.
about,
It's like Jesus, 8 minutes of nothing.
yeah. Mm.
What the heck?
Well, I guess that's nostalgic for you. It's kind of Dragon Ball Z at its finest. Long drawn out power-ups.
True, but there's one this early. It's like, come on,
Yeah.
man. There wasn't any like that in the early series of Z.
That's true. I have to give you that.
The longest one was probably Nappa screaming to power up, and that was about what, 3 minutes?
Yeah.
But still, that was 3 minutes, and this is like, okay, wow, this is the first time I've ever seen someone this powerful.
Mm.
Damn. Another one for me was obviously the first part of the God fight. And by that I mean obviously, just after Goku transformed, him and Beerus are fighting. There was in stratosphere. Is that the one? Lower
Something like that,
atmosphere.
yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously Beerus like shot a hole through him, and then he just dropped down into the ocean. He's like, "Oh, I'm dead. No, I want to fight. I've still got the will to fight." And then suddenly he's healed and went back up to fight. That kind of felt really unnecessary.
Mm.
It's like, what was the point in that?
Yeah, I have to agree because I know we had a part like that in the film where, he passed out and obviously it was because he was trying to push back that supernova. But I thought, okay, maybe they're doing their own version of it, and then a few episodes later, we see, pretty much the same thing. So it kind of made that irrelevant now. So he's literally, out of he's out of consciousness or whatever, and then he wakes up, and then they resume fighting. And I just thought, I didn't understand it. Was it kind of to display what kind of powers the Super Saiyan God transformation has? It can bring you back to life.
I have no idea. That
That's not.
part just seems so weird and out there and
It
unnecessary.
I didn't get it either because when you told me he died, I didn't know that. I thought he just was knocked out.
No, it was implied that he was dead. So
Yeah.
obviously it was like, that's it, it's all over.
Mm. But yeah, I can't argue with that. It just seems a bit, I'd say, unnecessary. But I guess they just wanted to display how, terrible for the freaking God of Destruction is, isn't it?
True.
I guess.
But then again, there's other parts, man. It's like the whole thing with Beerus, man. He seemed really underpowered.
Mm,
I was like in Battle of Gods, yeah, obviously, it was like stated at the very end, Beerus only used 70% of his power.
yeah.
And Goku still kind of lost. It was out for the cat. It was like just out of it. Completely exhausted. Whereas this one, man, it's like it showed, oh yeah, if I use 100% of my power, I can do this. It's like, wow, you're actually making me use this much. It's like, I don't know. It just didn't feel right. It
Mm,
kind of made Beerus just seem less powerful than he actually was. Like, oh yeah, he's not this almighty god that, oh my god, no one can touch. It's like, oh yeah, if you keep going, you can probably beat him.
mm.
And it just didn't have the same effect.
Yeah, I agree. I had an issue with that as well because from the time they mentioned 900 years ago, I thought, okay, Beerus has been probably alive for over a millennia or something like that. So he's been trained under another powerful being, Wiz. So you thinking this guy is beyond freaking skilled, way beyond Goku and Vegeta's level. So for Goku to achieve this power not too long ago, and then he's already gradually matching with the God of Destruction seems a bit half-assed if you ask me.
Yeah, so I know they want to say the Super Saiyan God transformation is powerful, but
Yeah,
still, even in the movie, it was powerful, but it was nowhere near powerful enough.
yeah,
That is what was stated. But yeah, other than that, there's only a few more which kind of low points for me. You got like how a lot of it did feel like filler animation.
yeah,
Example, when Goku and Beerus are fighting, them first few punches that looked like they were shattering the universe. That was a cool effect, I must admit, but
yeah. I
I
enjoyed
swear
that.
they used that same animation 3 times over. And it was at least a minute and a half of them two screaming at each other before they punched, and then the whole
Yeah, and
shockwave.
then it happened over and over again.
That was 3 times in one
Yeah.
episode. I swear I started switching off halfway through that.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to be kind and say I guess it's to demonstrate the power of each punch is what it was causing to the universe, but it is kind of repetitive when you see it over and over, especially when it was pretty much exactly the same. It
It was
wasn't,
100% exactly
yeah,
the same. Same
yeah.
angles, same faces. They just cut and paste it.
Mm. Um, did you mention this already about Goku's, I'd say his take on the form?
No, that's
Yeah,
another point, I guess. Yeah,
wasn't I
his whole
wasn't
attitude.
too I wasn't too pleased with that. I remember I was talking to my brother about it at the time, and I thought Goku seems a bit too happy and excited with this power. I mean, I guess they're trying to take a different take on it that, Goku loves power and he's happy like, oh wow, I can't even control my speed. But in the film, it made him seem a bit more
Humble.
humble and modest because there's one thing people seem to forget like about Saiyans. Their pride is like everything. Even someone as, and I'd say humble as Goku, his pride means everything to him as well. Like it's just he doesn't display it as much as Vegeta. He doesn't want to achieve this kind of power with help. He's always been the kind of guy is like I'm gonna train to achieve a new power on my own. So
Yeah.
in the
Like, sure,
film
he
that
gets
was
the
yeah,
help with the
yeah,
training and stuff here, but that's it, innit? He
yeah,
gets the help
of
to
course.
train to achieve that power.
But not an actual handout.
Yeah.
That was pretty much what it was. And in the film, he said, "Yeah, I'm happy my friends were able to help me, but it's a power I can't achieve on my own." And he's like, "And I hate that."
Yeah.
And it just seemed a bit more, I don't know, more like Goku's character because as I said before, this is something he would rather achieve on his own. But in the film, he was just like, "Woo!" like every other second, and it was starting to get irritating after a while.
Yeah. final one for me is personally, I didn't like the whole Vegeta madness moment. Well, the way it was done, the way they
Oh, I
executed
see.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because obviously in the movie, I love the way that one happened. Obviously Beerus slapped Bulma and he just flipped, and you could tell that was just pure rage that hit him.
Mm,
Whereas in this one, I don't know, it's like the build up to it. You see him there, all like kind of, rubbing his head, all like no, 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 and then next thing is like it looked like he just broke.
yeah.
It didn't look like he flipped. It looked like he broke. Like what's it? For example, in another anime where you'd see them all kind of have so much emotional stress that they just literally crack,
Mm,
and then you get like the whole whited out eyes, that type of thing. It kind of didn't really look right to me the way that happened, but then obviously he then did flip out and then start fighting, but it was just the build up to it didn't look right.
mm. Yeah, it did seem a bit weird because you'd think that would be more relevant if Boba was actually killed, because then you could understand that he can, I could imagine he probably wouldn't be able to comprehend, oh my God, she's dead, and like he just completely loses it. But
Yeah,
in the film, she just got slapped, and he's like, "Are you flipping dumb?" kind of thing. Like you just hit my wife,
yeah,
and he was more conscious of it. In this one, it seemed like he didn't even know what he was doing himself until that transformation was kind of finished.
exactly.
So
It's like another
yeah.
example that is look at during the Cell games where Cell shot Trunks.
Oh
He
yeah, no,
looked, you could
that's a
see that he was
yeah,
horrified about it, and then once it finally hit him, he screamed out in rage.
yeah,
Whereas this, it kind of had a more, I don't know, it kind of had like a little bit more of a comedy feel.
yeah. It
I
was a
know that sounds
bit.
weird, but yeah, it just didn't seem right.
Uh, I can't even argue. I said I'm trying to be nice, but it just seemed a bit weird to take on that scene. I mean, don't get me wrong, because I flipping thought the transformation was kind of cool and everything like
Oh
that.
hell yeah, man! The,
But
the display of energy that
yeah,
they showed, that was
it
huge.
was
It's
it
like,
was it
yeah,
was immense. It was immense. But as you said, I'd say his psyche during that time seemed a bit off because, as I said, it just didn't seem like he was even conscious of what he was doing. It just seemed like he was just going completely mad
yeah.
and like not actually having a reason to be mad. He's just raging, or not. No, not even raging. He's just gone crazy. That's it. It's as simple as that, really.
But
But
it like we said, it wasn't all that bad.
yeah, no,
It
it's
was their
just
good bits, man. For
yeah,
example, my one of my good points is obviously the animation for that transformation. Sure, it was drawn out and long, but it did look really pretty cool.
it was really good, man.
All the rays of light, all the sparkles. It's like, damn, you just knew something special was happening at
Yeah.
that point. It looked amazing.
And another transformation. I know we were annoyed by the length of it, but I think the Super Saiyan God transformation was cool.
Yeah,
Like it did have its own different take because in the movie, obviously, because it's a movie, you can only
you've only
have
got
so
so
much
much time
time.
to work
Yeah,
with.
exactly. So it was kind of done over quick, glow of blue light done. But this one seemed like the whole heavens were open up itself.
Exactly.
Like energy was being like delivered from heaven, and that kind of gold light and mist and everything was just expanding everywhere.
It did have kind of had that God feel. You also
Yeah,
see the clouds split open, just
yeah.
that single ray of light hitting them.
And even the music that was used in it, because I don't think we talked about music a lot. I actually enjoy the music, and that particular scene seemed godly as well. It just seemed kind of, harmonic or whatever you would want to call it,
Yeah,
and it just seemed to fit the bill. As I said, it was drawn out, but in terms obviously animation and audio that was used, I thought it was really, really good.
it was good. Other points, you gotta love the moment where Shenron shit himself.
Good.
I don't care. That is probably one of the funniest moments from the movie and in the
And from the
series, man.
series, and I think they pretty much matched up correctly because
Exactly. You got Shenron, this almighty dragon, can grant any wish, and he is crapping himself at the sight of Lord Beerus. He's like, "Oh my God, why are you here? What am I doing? I just need to get the fuck out of here." That was literally what that was going through his head. It's like, "Oh God, screw this wish. I need to get the hell out. I need to
I,
go."
it's amazing. A celestial dragon has literally like been reduced to you might as well say a little green snake, and he's just completely bewildered. He's like, "What are you doing here?" He's just like, "Oh, I know what the Super Saiyan God is. I can explain it to you." And he's like, "I'll take my leave now." And he didn't even give them a second wish.
No,
He even said to Lord Beerus, he's like, "If I to be blessed with your sight again before my life is over would be a pleasure." I was like, wow, this is the typical arrogant Shenron. You're taking too long. Hurry up and tell me your wish. This one wanted to get out as soon as possible.
Exactly, man. You didn't
And
even have time to grant them wishes.
yeah, I was actually amazed by that. And it just shows you how Beerus' reputation expands not over just the universe, but over centuries or millenniums.
Exactly. Uh,
Um,
I did actually love how Beerus got introduced in this series, actually.
yeah.
Just the way you see him there, he's like obviously on that planet eating a meal. They're trying to poison him. He's like, yeah, this meal's actually pretty good, but I know what you're trying to do, so I want to destroy half your planet. You're thinking, what? What do you mean half? And it just taps the table, and half that planet is gone. It's like that right there, straight away, just shows you how powerful Beerus is. The guy
Mm.
destroyed a planet just by tapping it.
And the control of power as well, because it was a perfect half.
Yeah,
It was
perfect split.
like, yeah, and that just shows you that this goes back to what I said about, Goku being able to match him. I just can't see that happening. This is someone who's been most likely training for, well, I'd say at least
Millennia.
100 years, yeah, or something like that, because, Wiz did say you got lazy towards the end. But yeah, it just amazes me that he literally just tapped a finger. We didn't even see any energy actually, being produced, and half the planet just disappears.
It
It's
was brilliant.
crazy.
And then
Oh man.
my final good point is probably just the comedy of like Vegeta looking up for 5 episodes.
Oh god, that
During the
was
whole
hilarious.
fight, he did not budge an inch. Everyone's there running off to go like to get a closer view. He's just staring up. It's like, could he even see anything? Because think about that, he couldn't sense their energy. So it's like
Mm.
because they obviously had the divine key. So what the hell was he looking at? Two little
Maybe it's
specks.
maybe he could see them but couldn't actually, sense them because they did say something back in the series. Saiyans have like very acute eyes, but even from that distance, like,
Damn.
could he actually see anything?
You know what I mean, man? Through all the clouds and everything.
Yeah,
But that was so funny,
but
especially when Wiz is there, just like, I have a projection here. There's big projection. Where you don't have to crane your neck anymore. You can watch it. It's
he
like,
just ignored
seriously,
him.
don't you want to? You sure?
But you know what made me laugh? Wasn't it like 5 episodes? He had no lines.
Yeah, the whole time he just stood there, just staring up.
He was only smirking or making a few like general facial expressions, but that was about it. Like he
Exactly,
was,
man. Just standing there waiting to catch his lover.
yeah. Oh gosh, romance.
Oh, some
Oh,
guy
that
love
that
right
was
there,
that
man.
was hilarious. But I did like they've shown that Vegeta still isn't the same Vegeta before the end of Dragon Ball Z. He's obviously wants that power, but you could see that he was
He's
enjoying,
calmer. Yeah.
yeah, and he was even smirking when as I said, Goku was kind of getting the upper hand on Beerus. So they're bros for life. Like,
Yeah, he's changed,
yeah.
man. Great character progression there.
But one final point I want to make, I'd say final point. Despite, the battle being a bit, it seemed a bit slow and weird at the beginning, and I was saying before, to you and to my brother that the battle seemed a bit weak. Like there was no sort of power exerted from it, like from the blows and how slow they were moving. But
Yeah,
I'd say halfway and towards the end, I was completely satisfied. I mean, the speed, the power, the energy that was displayed, everything was just satisfying. Especially as I said, when they, one punch was dissolving a planet. I mean, things like that. That's what I wanted to see because they're god level, so they should be much more powerful than what we've seen in Dragon Ball Z. And it eventually got to that point, and I was satisfied. So if we see more like this in the later episodes, I'll be really really happy.
yeah. So yeah, overall, this arc was decent, but I am happy that it's now over.
Yeah.
Obviously, next big arc is going to be Revival of Frieza. Probably with a bit of about, I don't know, 5 to 6 episodes of filler in between it
Mm.
before they get to this arc, because it is like about, what, a year?
It's like a year or so after Battle of Gods. So yeah.
Yeah, so obviously I just hope they do it some justice and we ain't gonna get any kind of weird animation that we got with this
Mm.
arc Because obviously, favorite part of that movie is the 10 minutes of the Z Fighters first taking on Frieza's army. Greatest animation that's been in a movie for a while.
Yep.
I just hope they do that some justice, maybe even like just expand on the whole Frieza training, how he got so powerful, just stuff like that. They have the potential with this series to kind of go more in depth
Mm.
with everything. So let's just hope they do.
they've got the time anyway. As you said, I definitely think we need to see how Frieza managed to get that strong in only, was it 3 months?
4 months, I think.
4 months, yeah, that needs to be explained in my opinion. I would like to see, as I said, Vegeta in Super Saiyan God form before, Super Saiyan God, and or whatever the hell you call it. And also, as I said, we need to see the training for them to actually achieve that form, and maybe explain why their hair is blue, because
Yeah.
I don't think that was ever actually explained.
I think Toriyama did release a statement on it saying,
Oh,
red is more powerful, as it's a more
okay,
powerful
yeah.
flame. Blue is a more controlled flame.
Well, either way, I just rather, like to see an actual explanation in the show.
Yeah. Just a few bit more explanation into the
Yeah,
form itself as to what it is.
just for continuity's sakes, in my opinion, or just so. But yeah, I think potentially this arc has got, a lot it could do in terms of, like kind of filling out the parts that wasn't shown in the movie, because obviously it was a lot of time skipping.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's about it for this video. You guys know what to do at the end of these usually. Let us know what you thought about Dragon Ball Super so far in the comment section below. What was your high points, your low points? What things are you looking to expect in the next arc? Just all that type of stuff. Let us know in the comment section. And as usual, don't forget to check out the other things on the channel. So we will catch you next time.
Yep, catch you next time, guys.